When I think about iconic Yamaha snowmobiles from the past, there's one that comes to mind for a number of good and not so good reasons. That model is the SRX. Why was the SRX so good? Because it was just so darn fast. As a 700, it routinely blew the doors off 8 and even 900s in its day. Why was it not so good? Well, it rode terrible and didn't handle much better. Yamaha's introduction of the Sidewinder seems to have a bit of throwback to the almost comically ridiculous speeds of the SRX, in that it too will blow the doors off of almost any other snowmobile on the snow, except that this one rides and handles equally as good. The Sidewinder model refers to any Yamaha with the new 998cc turbocharged and intercooled triple under the hood. It would be easy to assume performance was the only consideration when Yamaha sat down to build this monster, but that would be incorrect. The truth is, the goal for the Sidewinder's engine was to make it incredibly powerful and fast, but also 100% rideable on the trail. It almost seems like a pipe dream. But it's not. This engine is incredible in how seamlessly it transitions into the boost on acceleration. Turbo lag is nearly non-existent, throttle response is immediate, and the power band is smooth as Trump's comb over. With that said, when the boost does hit, it hits like a baseball bat to the gut. The Sidewinder pulls so hard through the mid-range and top end, you'll wonder if it's ever gonna quit. So it's fast and smooth and has no turbo lag. What about the rest of the Sled? Is the rest of it any good? The answer to that question is entirely subjective, and by that I mean, it all depends on what model you're riding. The Sidewinder XTX 141 we have here is an interesting mix of both on and off-trail components designed to provide excellent performance in both riding scenarios. The full 42-inch front end is the same as what's found on the trail sleds. The seat is also a trail unit. Out back though, this version of the XTX is equipped with a very mountain-derived 141-inch skid frame. It also has a mountain bar and riser. Here's what I know about these components on their own. When set up with the right shock package, this front end rides and handles amazing. In fact, we have nearly nothing negative to say about it at all, with the right shocks. On the mountain, Yamaha's mountain skid frame works great. It exudes all the positive attributes you'd want, and we have nothing negative to say about it when it's steep and deep. Here's the problem. As a true-to-definition crossover sled, the XTX's 141-inch skid frame works pretty good off-trail, but not so great on-trail. In fact, it rides downright not good. The front end handles well, but again, doesn't ride as good as we know it can due to its Fox Float 3-air shocks. We know with a proper set of shocks, this front end can ride great. If it were a narrow front end like the BTX has, air shocks make sense, as that sled is more targeted to off-trail. But the XTX has a full trail width front end, which suggests it's targeted at least 50% on off-trail. So what's the solution here? Easy. If you have any intentions of spending any considerable time on the trail with your Sidewinder XTX, Yamaha offers a 137-inch version with a 1.75 paddle, trail skid, and QS3s. This is a great trail sled. It's more than adequate off-trail, and it rides fantastic. If you're sure the 141 is what you're looking for, it does offer a number of great features that make it really well suited for more off-trail focused riding. The 1.6-inch paddle is a perfect compromise. The tall riser and mountain bar are perfect for stand-up riding. Rounding out all the new stuff found on the Sidewinder, no matter what model you choose, is a brand new set of clutches. The primary has some less visual but noticeable changes, but the secondary is now a roller unit that solves all of the backshifting problems we felt existed with the old clutch. I know it seems like I've been pretty hard on Yamaha's Sidewinder XTX 141, but the truth is, I think this is a really good snowmobile if the potential buyer understands what its strengths and weaknesses are. If you're an off-trail rider who just uses the trails to get to those off-trail spots, the 141 is a good choice for you. It's capable off-trail, it's almost unbelievably powerful, and it's comfortable. If you're this type of rider, what more could you ask for?
If you enjoyed the video that you just saw, like it and then subscribe to our page for more great content from SnowTracks TV.